Massive. The Big Massive Podcast. Yo, the Big Massive Podcast. Oh, Only Massive. Podcast by day, Big Massive by night. Only Massive. You know I'm Only Massive. Big Massive Podcast. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Big Massive Podcast with your hosts, Ronan Boyle and Niall Cook. A podcast that has no rehearsals. Think Curb Your Enthusiasm. Think whose line is it anyway? Think two lazy bastards that do no research about anything and make stuff up at the top of their head. And we're doing it now 5 years and there's not one time that we've ran out of things to say.
You literally just left a room there now.
We should have just went silent there for 5 minutes. Somebody was saying to me that, who was it? Oh man, I love your podcast when they on it. It's only one that makes me laugh, you know. He says, but see, whenever you do the Big Massive Podcast, then it goes silent. It's me and you always just starting out going, think of a topic. So that was me doing the intro there with sort of American accent there, doesn't it?
Yeah, but I was saying, and you just literally left a room there now where you said somebody with a thumb pointing backwards, we're fucking 5 years on doing this shit.
Pointing at the room, mate. But the point was, see, when you see the enthusiasm of people starting off new podcasts or new things, you buzz for like a couple months. When you're 5 years in, you can't be like, yes, 5 fucking years.
I still do get a buzz out of it.
Like, you get a buzz doing it, but you don't promote it the way you do with that fucking first year energy. Do you know what I mean? Everything's a buzz.
Do you mind me or no, man? And a couple of wee buzzed off.
I remember doing the very first one, shite myself. Like nervous, like I was going on stage. And then it was going in. Do you know what? I listened back to something there. Where was it? I think I was going to see how long we were doing it. I wanted to see the start date, and I let it play, and we weren't that bad. I thought we were just fuck. We did curse a lot, like, but it wasn't as bad as we think. I don't think.
Because I listened to one too on Saturday. It's a new one too, and there's a lot of cursing, and you can just tell it's all new. And
are you listening to one of the early ones?
No, not ours.
Oh, somebody else's.
And you can just tell it takes a wee bit of time to get a bit of rapport.
And be yourself around.
But have a wee bit more experience in it.
It's mad. You have to sort of improve with this, don't you? If you're doing it 5 years every week, you'd fucking think. Anybody that be offended in the last couple of pods too, we're only joking. Somebody says you're a bit close when you're talking about the gays, and that's us messing. I'll tell you what.
You do.
We are definitely good guys when you watch that fucking Lou through.
Aye.
What was it called? Manosphere?
Inside the Manosphere.
Cunts. I remember. I was tight. It was a hard watch. I remember at one stage I was like watching someone else on my phone rather than watch. I was like, because it wasn't a great documentary either. But there was a part where some wee girl was getting interviewed and then she was like, I have to stop.
Oh, aye.
So she got a text from one.
So there was a few takeaways from it because first of all, scary people, scary attitude, and their whole thing is this like red pill attitude where they're unplugged from the matrix, and they actually believe that. But I would argue they're more plugged into their matrix. Like that man, like that guy streams 7 hours a day.
I've seen that. All day has to walk around Marbella or
Marbella.
Marbella. Where some cunt walking with a camera of him.
Aye. So is he like, and he's getting £300. So he's getting $2,000 a day for 7 hours of being live film.
Would he go on the rip?
I think they do, yeah.
I think they sip and stuff and all. I remember there was this another young fella and they were following him walking around the streets and all. And then he actually said that there was like these ones were sitting in the cafe with their ma. He was going, "You single, love? You sick?"
I'd call him, "All right, you wee tart."
I'd batter him then. You know what I mean? You'd be like,
but you know what? He did realise he went too far at that point because he was like, "Oh, too far there." Maybe.
Still did it.
I still did it.
Sure, ma.
But man, like.
So give the premise of the whole thing if anybody's just listening that doesn't know what we're on about. It's a new documentary on Netflix that's sort of gone viral, isn't it?
Aye.
And they start off, Lou through, for all my life I love them.
Aye.
Because he's unassuming. He doesn't push. He'll ask questions.
Aye.
But the way he sets up is that people are left with their guard down.
Yeah.
So you get shit out of him. He was brilliant going around America and all. They just seen this English, pompous, thin,
Yeah.
weak, but
Non-threatening.
but a genius.
Aye.
So he used that to his advantage. So at the start of this documentary, the guy he went to first was being dead on.
He was.
He was bad, sort of.
I was like, he's not the worst of them there. No, I've never heard of one of these, any of these people.
I've seen your man a lot.
HS Tiki Taki.
I've seen him on TikTok.
Right,
But I never followed him or anything like that. I remember there's somebody that does an impression of him that's brilliant and he hates him.
The boy that's taking the hand at him at the moment.
It's brilliant.
That's getting his ego big time.
Oh, aye. Because his two mates were laughing.
Aye.
Whenever he was going, so you've seen him then? Why are you lying?
I've seen him today. From I've watched it.
Oh, right.
This guy now, he keeps popping up in my...
algorithm. And so what happened is Louis must have had a couple of weeks in, they were going to meet again, and then that was just frosty afterwards because everybody said to him that Louis Theroux's like a fucking, you know what I mean?
It's going to be a hit piece.
Aye, a hit piece is right. So then he was making sure that woman wouldn't talk to him and this and that. No.
So the documentary follows around these like male influencers who are in the Andrew Tate sphere of
£65 a month.
It's all, and like, they run these businesses, and like, this is the most contradicting thing in it. Like, he has an interview with Bonnie Blue where he calls her disgusting, and if my daughter done that, I'd shoot her in the head, and if my son was gay.
Oh, did you see that?
Aye.
I must have been.
I interviews Bonnie Blue and he tells her how disgusting they are, and then
And how did she deal with that?
Oh, she walked off.
Did she?
It was really rude to her. Like, really, she goes, I couldn't give a fuck. She's disgusting and all. She disgusts me. And he said, "There, you disgust me," and all. And then Louis Theroux was saying, do you not think it's a bit contradictory where you have
you treat women like shit?
But he has an OnlyFans.
He says that he would never have his daughter on it and he'd never have a gay son.
He says, but you make money off it. And he was like, oh, I could use the clout. And then he was going on about how disgusting Bonnie Blue is. And he says, but do you not do the same thing? So he's like you said you'll do anything to make money. She does anything to make money, but she's disgusting, but you're not. And he was all caught up in, man, because they fucking idiots.
They were 23 as well.
Aye.
You have to remember, man. Brain's not full.
But man, he comes into the thing and like Louis Theroux's filming a documentary and he's talking away to the camera and Louis like,
what are you doing?
What are you doing? It's like, you talk to me.
Shows you the normal.
But that's what I mean. He's so plugged into constantly videoing himself and making content, man. And like, they're in this sphere where like they're running through all the stuff that like they're doing prizes and then they do giveaways and then they do games. And now they've all switched to like predator hunting.
Aye. I've seen that.
And like they actually at one point all run away and give this boy a hammer.
Aye. No evidence of anything, just
run up on this man who's lying, start beating the fuck out of him on the street, and then they shit themselves.
And they're in the gym every day, and it's all macho pish.
Aye, so it's all about the
daddy issues,
the comeback of the man. And
I actually brought my son Conan in the living room and says, "Do you know this boy here?" Heard him. I says, "I hope you don't agree with anything he says." No, everybody knows he's a dickhead.
Aye, man, and then like a lot of the stuff is like like women are born with value because of their looks and their tits, where men have to earn their value. And I was like genetically men have value because they're a lot stronger than women. There's no genetically and stuff like that. So that's it's just. And one of the most standout things for me too was they don't really believe. So did you see the interview guy thing, Fit and Fresh?
No, do you know what? I didn't want it. Started to sicken me up, which was sort of went on before.
So they bring on these local influencers in Miami, girls, and just kind of rip them apart.
First thing they say is name 3 countries.
Aye.
Wankers, like.
Aye.
But I hate people that there's nothing worse, and your man fucking Letterkenny does it too, McConnell. He does this, hits you with questions when you're not prepared.
Aye.
And even like, see this, we know this because we did the training about the mutilation, female mutilation.
Aye.
It's a cultural thing. It's nothing to do with religion.
Aye.
Isn't it?
It is.
So people over there, doesn't matter what you're Christian, Muslim, whatever, the mutilation happens, which is wrong.
Yeah.
But they were just like, and then the girls were going to Barcelona.
Just setting them up for failure.
So if you have these, there's a lot of women too that probably don't didn't do well at school, but they were really good looking, and they went down this route of fashion and stuff like that. So they don't care about geography. It's like in America. And I don't know what the stats is for us, but apparently like 70% of Americans don't have passports. Google that shit.
Because
It might be higher.
why? Because they don't want to go anywhere.
They don't need to. They don't think they have to. America's the centre of the universe, and then you do have, like, you can go to New York and Chinatown. You can go to all these, you can experience some of these cultures in America, because every nationality in the world's in America. So there was one getting interviewed, didn't know where Ireland was and all.
Aye, but the point is, right, so he's on this podcast and he says they want to girls, you're fat and ugly, get out now, and she's sort of the studio. And so there's two guys, there's an American guy, there's two American guys, and they're one way monogamous, which means he can go away anybody he wants and the girl has to stay loyal.
Yep.
So he brings Louis into the apartment, the girl's there. He's like, oh, like Louis is very smart. He kind of corrals his way around to get speaking to her. And he's like,
I didn't like him.
Oh, but what do you hear? So he says to her, so he said he's probably going to have a second wife and all. And he was like, how do you feel about that? And he was like, oh, no, she loves that. And she was like, you could tell right away. All the things he's spouting about. Now, they will spout a lot about, I can say whatever I want and I believe everything I say. But then she wasn't in the rest of the interview then because he was afraid of what she was going to say. Because...
Why did he text and say
because there would have been cracks in his story then.
Oh, aye.
And then see the American guy,
she did say something like what he loved most about him was money.
Aye.
So that was her giving a wee jab back.
Aye.
Wasn't it? That was her going,
aye.
fuck
So
you.
she wasn't allowed in the rest of the interview then because he didn't want her saying the truth, which means he doesn't fully believe what he's saying.
Imagine that was your daughter, but I would give if they want to be real men, they'll find out wild fast.
Aye.
If your daughter was told what to do, when to do it, and how to do it.
Aye, and then, man, the guy with the red hair, he came across all right, but still, it's all about wealth and how it looks.
Is that the guy with a convertible?
Aye.
That came on at the end and all. And
the Lambo.
He's married with 2 wins, or he's got.
Aye. And then when they asked her, Louis was saying, he's talking about the one-way monogamy, and she was like, aye, that's the way it is, and all. And he was like, and he was on about possibly at one stage it's going to be a second wife, and she was like,
nobody talked to me about that one.
Aye. And then that got very awkward. And then, he has this apartment that he rents because it's all rented and it's all about how it looks. And he was like, what is your personal wealth? And it was all last time I checked was, and man, he had to almost say it through gritted teeth, 30 million, because that's nowhere near what all the people in his
the tits and all.
Aye, that's nowhere near. And he was like, oh, but obviously I don't make as much money as them. And like that, you could see that real took a fucking piece of him. Just
imagine that you're not happy enough with 30 million.
Aye, and that thinking it's all rented.
What the fuck can we do to even get 1 million between us?
And then just
big cunts.
Then it's just his attitude when I go on dates and they say, oh, you've got a wife, don't you? And he brings out the phone and shows his wife and makes it all clear. And I was like, well, that doesn't make
The mad thing about us is when we say things like that, we do come out with statements that they say, but we're 1,000,000% joking.
Yes.
It's that mental.
Aye.
That it's even, and we know we're smiling when we say it because we know women are going, I'm bastard. But we know what they know. Unless you fucking don't like a joke, we're joking. But they're 100% serious. Man, young fellas stopping on the street, you changed my life.
Aye.
I just treat women like shit now and I get away
with it. And
then
then he interviews those two guys separately and they're completely brainwashed.
Aye.
Completely brainwashed.
It's a religion, like.
Aye.
And it's a pyramid scheme. And the people at the top that are telling all these young fellas, they give them $60 a month. They're the ones making the money. Like, that's their job.
Aye.
Is your man the same sort of? The Belfast dude. What do you call him?
Tommy French?
Not Robertson.
Whatever it is anyway. But the most interesting thing, so I was watching some of the ads and your man's going, look, made £6,000 a day before my bed, 13-year-old, made $3,000 this morning, and we show you how to invest, we show you how to grow your money. So I was like, fuck, I would love to try it. I'd love to go on and see what this scam is. So, and then the next shot is Louis puts in £500.
Yeah.
All gone by the end of the programme.
Was it?
His money. It was like,
on what? What did he get?
So they showed him when they invest. So invest £100 here, lost it. Invest another 200 here, lost it. Invest £30 here, lost it. By the end of it, the money was all gone.
How long did it take?
Within
the day?
No. Within a couple of weeks, the money was gone.
And how do they justify
But see, if
that?
you're brainwashed,
you don't care.
You don't care.
Oh, it's more. You need to. The reason that didn't happen is because that. Do you remember doing that all the time, or doing that when people just they just one more thing, and then just add this on, and it's mad how people can get manipulated.
And then, man, this guy. Now, what was the main theme between the three main antagonists in this fucking film? No father figure.
No dads.
All raised by their mothers.
Yeah. And then even say my mother would hate what I say.
Aye.
Like,
And then he interviews the guy, which he was kind of setting Louis up for a trap, so it was all streamed, and he thought it was like this elaborate plan to get back at Louis, and I was just standing there. And
your man let some footage out long before the documentary came out. Do you not remember that? Where he was telling Louis, you're fucking just a Jew, and
aye.
you know what I mean? It's like...
No, he set him up, and then like Louis went back and watched the stream, and then him and his mother, and he was like, "Oh, can I have a juice, mummy?" You know, and his mother's making him clean up the floor, and he's just like a spoilt 13-year-old boy.
That's what
it's actually embarrassing, like.
And that's what they're.
Because what they're spouting, they do not believe at all. And like even when he came in and he was like, "Oh, I've got a video of me getting sucked off in a toilet last night," and Louis was like, "Do you know what? That's very not derogatory."
You're not impressing me here, like.
No, and it's like for that girl to do that, like, you know, that's taking away her self-esteem, and he's like, "Oh, I don't give a fuck."
And it's bad enough the act happened, but then telling everybody and videoing it, I bet you somebody videoed it. Or he probably did that while it was happening.
Ah, he did it. That's what
did he?
I was showing him the video.
Oh, no way.
In the toilet, the boy was videoing. And he's like, you know, that's somebody's daughter, like. And he's like, "Oh, she's getting off my clout and all, and she'll get..."
Oh, she's happy about this?
Aye, I was like...
What's the world coming to, my man?
Aye, man, it was kind of scary. But then I don't think a lot of people... I don't know if Ireland's different, like maybe in somewhere like America and stuff, but man, them boys think they're living the dream. Like every evening they're heading out at 7 o'clock for 7 hours of filming and having to chat to people and be social and be out and be constantly creating content. And I was like, man, that's...
Even that creating content, what does that mean?
Well, for a lot of their content, I could say it means nothing. Means nothing, absolutely nothing.
That's what Duffy Anthony said to me. "What are you at tomorrow?" I says, "Do you know what? I'm not drinking, am I?" And he's off it. So he says, "Do you want to do a wee video?" I says, "Would you go down and do St. Patrick's Day parade and do some content?" And he just laughed back. But that's the way to go on.
Aye. But I watched... Do you know what?
Me and you did it one day, and it was the fucking most cringiest thing.
Oh,
remember?
It was so bad, eh?
Oh, we hated it.
I know, and that imagine doing that all day, every day. Like that man just was constantly looking at his phone the whole time, and the thing constantly checking his phone, constantly on his phone. That's why I would argue he's more plugged into the Matrix than anybody.
Aye, of course they're the Matrix is their fucking master.
Aye,
it's the person that unplugs and gets off the grid is not in the Matrix.
And then the last guy, Sneeko, he was like a real big deal. Like, he was banned from every platform. He got back on. He had a massive following.
Is that the boy that was fighting all the time or something? Or got arrested today when he was away or something like that? There was a boy who got arrested. He tried to act the cunt over in some country, Thailand or something.
I'm not sure.
There was a boy in Thailand and he thought that his attitude that he had in England and in America would work in Thailand, and it didn't fucking last too long for him.
But like all they do is spout all this. I don't care. I say whatever I want. I'm off. I took the red pill. But then, man, they're so suspicious around Louis about what they're going to say, who they're talking to, who they're saying them. So they don't obviously believe what they're saying.
If you don't give a fuck about what you say, you would just...
Aye, come on over.
Like, you know who would handle him well? Because he's sort of the OG of them type of people, would be Andrew Tate. Because he's set on, he knows exactly... He's intelligent.
Aye.
But he is still fucking chauvinistic as fuck.
Aye, but man, then, like, on the other aspect, they're all massive conspiracy heads. Like that guy, Sneeko, was talking about devil worshippers running the word. And he was like, Andrew was like, I find that very unlikely. And then, like, they brought Louis on the podcast and... They brought up all these were like rolling ball facts. So they brought up this guy, TikTok scientist, and was like, "Oh, the body count, a woman's body count really matters because the DNA of all the people she slept with stays in their body." And he was like, so that's why some babies will resemble their ex-partner rather than the father. And Louis was like, no. He was like, see that last video? That's complete crap. But that's the kind of things that are just
man.
TikTok science. They're just putting it out there as
Well, if you think about it all day, every day, you're just laying by the pool or on a beach or fighting boys or fucking getting blowjobs and all. You're not sitting in the library reading, or you're not.
Aye, man. And do you know what? For some reason, all his content, HS Tiki-Taka, is coming on me this morning. So he got into a handling with a bunch of Scottish professional boxers.
What?
Didn't show you the fight, but they met up with him later on, and you want to see that for how boys, let's not fight and all this. You want to see his change in attitude.
Is that
there?
in the end? I must watch the end of it again.
No, this was on my TikTok, on my phone this morning. It just shows you the aftermath. His face is all busted, and they're all meeting, all the boys, Scottish boys are all laughing and all, and he's going around shaking their hands, apologising, and
boxers.
Do you know why? Like, let's be friends. Just a wee lamb.
Oh, the boy doing him too, he's brilliant. He's got the thing in the head and all.
But you can see, man, he's like, as a bit of a crack at the start, man, but he is losing it because it's affecting
his ego. He's a child.
Aye.
He's 22 or 23 and thinks he knows everything about it.
He was actually on the run, that whole documentary.
Yeah, I saw it here.
He was back over, and because that shows you at the end of the documentary. Then he went back and he got a 2 year suspended sentence because he was driving without insurance and crashed a car. I don't know what's fucking.
That there should be played in every school.
Aye. But then, like, a lot of it, he's saying like stuff like, if they're 13, they shouldn't be watching it. And then just all his TikToks, just him getting videos and selfies now with 13-year-olds. And
sure, they're the most impressionable, aren't they? The ones that aren't fully developed and think this is the way. And like, it suits men if all what they're saying is true.
The podcast guy, the way he spoke to his girlfriend, you clean up on there now and bring us drinks. And
would you want a woman like that?
No.
You know what I mean?
What, a robot? Like a subservient?
That's a fucking disgrace.
But it's still hard to watch because Louis is going to ask the hard questions. Mm-hmm. And then just the way they're going on, man. And then just being that tapped into their phones and Instagram. And
you're right. All the people that say they're not in the Matrix are absolutely full-time blown Matrix.
Do you know what? It all harkens back to something we say constantly on this podcast, and something you constantly talking about is self-awareness.
Zero.
How big self-awareness is in everyday life.
Yep. How you treat people.
Because I've been working with people for years that are completely useless, but in their head, they are unreal.
They're the main character in their own game. Like,
it's like talent dysmorphia. They just do not see that they have no talent, and they think
there's not. This is the thing that sort of annoys me. There's no talent. It's just content. Content means just video this. I might trip him when he falls down, or I might call, and then they have to go to the extreme with the language. Fuck women. You know what I mean? What do you know? And it's sensationalised then, and then everybody wants to watch it. By the shit. It's hateful, but I remember going to America too when I was saved from here, and my self-awareness was obviously not there because the behaviour over here compared to over there just wasn't. You couldn't do it, like. But that was me 18, 19, trying to figure out what the fuck it was and what I'm doing.
But like, say if I said to you now, right, I'm going to video you from 9 o'clock in the morning to 5 in the evening, but I'll give you $2,000 a day. It's good money.
Decent dough, but how long would you want to do it for? Like?
From 9 o'clock in the morning to 5.
Do it until you buy a house, and then.
And like you can't sit still. There's no pants in that time.
There's no lying down.
There's no just sitting at your laptop at work, just doing about a.
And then you just have to make shit up.
You always have to be talking and doing things, and.
No, I always said I would if the comedy and all. I stopped doing comedy and all. I would just get rid of me
socials.
1,000,000,000%.
How did you feel about Louis' answer to the question when he kind of set him up? Do you think Israel's committing genocide? And Louis didn't answer.
Well, Louis did that documentary.
Yeah, that's why I don't understand it. Was like because they were all like, "Oh, we got it."
Exactly. Did you not watch him in the West Bank?
I was like,
and he was that good in the West Bank that he let them all. He did the same, the Zionists that he did with them.
Just let them.
That's the best part of fucking Louis. Through is that he's not making accusations, he's not pointing fingers, he's just letting them. He's doing open-ended questions, and he's getting it all. They tell themselves like when he did the Israel one, they tried to blame him for being anti-Semitic, even though he's Jewish himself, right? But he didn't say anything. They said it all. Oh, they clipped the bits that made it look bad. Give me 2 seconds.
We intermission here, folks. I don't know actually where he's gone there or what he's away to do. Or he's back. Oh,
He came out already, didn't he?
I hope that wasn't the work printer.
24 minutes.
Leave it then.
It's alright, lad. I got the new. It was my paper.
Oh.
Feel that?
Oh.
I've ordered A3. I'm still going to get flyers, but you get.
They came out well, sir.
Didn't they? For anybody that doesn't know, the big wing sticks on the start of. Let me see this here. So clip this, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going on tour. So I'm my first proper tour, stand-up comedy. I'm also bringing Billy, fucking Ireland's only Catholic. Might start again. People are listening. Like,
Go. Why are we clipping it in the middle of the podcast? Because this is going.
this is me just talking about it. You
right,
did that.
just talk about. We'll do a clip at the end.
Aye. So I'm going on tour, ladies and gentlemen, in September, end of September, end of October, and I'm starting in the Nerve Centre in Derry. I'm going to be doing an hour of stand-up, but I'm also bringing Billy from Ireland's Only Catholic Orange Man, the show Orange is the New Green. He's going to be doing a bit of crowd work, naked. Well,
Pants.
he'll be on his pants. And we're going to the Nerve Centre in Derry, the Sunflower in Belfast, wee intimate one in Belfast, Joe's Bar in Strabane, Daly's Oma, the famous Daly's, McGuigan's Stranorlar. They're the only ones I'm going to take it. And the Squealing Pig in Monaghan.
Queer tour from one night to
I was going for the Nerve Centre and then
6 dates.
wanted to send them in, and then I went, you know what, I've enough connections around clubs. Like 2 of them clubs.
If you're going to do it and you have an hour, you might as well fucking.
So if this goes well, I'll bring it to Edinburgh maybe next year, because I'll be 50.
That's right.
I was thinking, I'm going to Edinburgh for a fucking
Okay, I might go next year then.
3 weeks Edinburgh.
A week.
I printed some job in it. Oh, school. So I fucking get tickets.
Have
Get
you got
on. You'll get the tickets on Linktree. I think you don't want to. I'll tell you how many tickets. I need to sell the whole thing, right? That's all I'm asking. Like, so 200 in Air Centre,
300,
350, 450, 650 tickets.
It's not a lot.
So if I sell 80, I'll be fucking yes. It's not a lot. Like the guys that are really flying, that's one in their rooms. So, be good to get it done, and that'll be my first proper tour. I did one 3 years ago.
What was that, 3 dates?
4.
4.
I did Daly's, Brickwork, Boiler Room, and somewhere else. Can't remember now. So, Showed Up it's called, so I'm going to be chatting about all the shit that anybody listening to this will get a good idea of the fucking wired up mental things that happened over the years to me, so it's making the jokes now.
Is your sister on it?
She'll be in it, alright. Supporting act, boiled sister.
Consuela.
You want to see her in Blind Date? They didn't show up. There's so many jokes. I've been writing away jokes about boiled sister. I'm getting worse. Like some of them are fucking... What was the one of the day? Did you see Boiled Sister last night in Gladiators? She wasn't competing, she was one of the obstacles. Fuck, she's had a hard life. It's a set. They've got a pile of new stuff that's actually working well. What made me do this as well is every room I'm going into now, I'm making them laugh. Applause breaks. Most rooms, like, unless it's a tight open mic or something, but I'm doing well. 7 years at it as well, every week. I've clocked up some hours at, like, I would average about 10 gigs a month. And then 7 years of that. Flat, well, since COVID every week. For 5 years there. So I'm ready. Do you know what I mean? I'm not just coming out fucking fresh. I'm ready to rock, and come on, fucking buy tickets, guys. Get the Nerve Centre up and running. I get that started. It'd be good to get that room. We did okay with numbers then, didn't we? It was a stressful handling, but
I don't envy one, but it's like.
I know. That's the only thing.
But
listen, whatever happens, happens.
Well, do you know what? To see if people bought tickets early,
It'd be great.
and it was all kind of, you had enough numbers in each room that there was a show, and you didn't have to worry about how many.
Do you know what I need? A manager. a team. You know, like, they do all that.
You need an advertising campaign.
Yeah. I remember Connor was going his own, and then he went through Shine, and then the sales went up big time. They've got do you know what? I've got an email campaign. I'll start that too. Sound about. Anyway, show myself up, talking about being showed up. Billy, Ireland's only Catholic Orange Man over there. Cookie might be there, introducing me.
Aye.
You don't know. Do you want to do it?
Yeah.
You do the wee intro. Ladies and gentlemen.
Welcome to the Big Massive Podcast.
I nearly did that a few times when I was MCing, you know. Welcome to the big Boiler Room Comedy Night. I've done it so many times.
I love to do that. I love to bring you on here.
Right then.
Ladies and gentlemen.
So Cookie's going to be there too for photos backstage.
Welcome to the stage, Big Phil.
Oh, no, we're going to hug each other and all. Yeah.
Sweaty bastard, get away from me.
Get in. Woo. Smack that ass. The best one was McAwee forgetting about me. That was the best thing that ever happened in our live pod.
Oh my god.
How the fuck is he so useless?
That was the mentalist 15 minutes.
20 minutes. Ruined the show a bit, I thought. It took the fucking air out of the show, like, because
when I was down in the smoking bay, I was back up in the green room.
A comedian texted me from the audience going, "He's not starting." That's nice to Mickey, right? What's going on here? And the maddest thing is, McAwee was this close to you. There was the door, that's the stage. We're side stage, and I said to him, "Just call me on quick enough." I don't bother. And then just walks.
You went down for a fag?
Went out for a smoke joint. Went out for a fucking hallelujah. He walked straight through the crowd, said hello to the comedians in the back, remember? McCann and all them ones were there. No, I mean, professional comedians there to get a wee, they enjoy their night, and me and you were just like, and then went down, like, it was only when he came back up through the back that I seen him and says, "What the fuck are you doing?" And I couldn't go out and go, "Do you know, you can't do that." Oh, it was terrible, hey.
And then they lied like fuck, yeah.
I blame me.
I was actually thinking the last day by the time I was caught lying.
You seen Santa?
No. I remember I was in the gym one day and I told the wife I was somewhere else. And she was ringing me. I didn't answer the first one, but the second one, it started to ring as I was leaving the gym. I thought, fuck, I'll jump in the car. I'll just say I'm driving home from work. So I jumped in the car. No, it wasn't. There was something else. I was like, "Oh, I'm on my way." And she was like, "Whereabouts are you?" I was like, "I'm driving down the Melmount Road here." And she goes, "No, you're not." And I was like, "What do you mean?" And she goes, "I can hear the seatbelt. You've only just got into the car." And I was going, doot, doot, doot. And I was like,
I do that too. So where are you at? And I would always lie exactly my point.
I do that
I always make myself closer. I always do it, like...
Oh, my car just...
Man, me and Tommy Canning were coming back from Belfast, and at the Ballygolly roundabout there was a tailback.
Right.
And he was meant to be picking up families to go to a football match somewhere from Strabane. And they asked him where he was. He said, "Not far from saying." We were at the Ballygolly, but a tailback. I says, "Why did you say that?" He was like, "Fucking, they'll be alright." But it's just that natural wee lie men do.
Oh man, I do that all the time.
I remember Butler called us, "Well, where are you boys?" We were at the shop, getting some eating and going for a wee nap before we started work.
But you know what? I think I done it last week, coming over the Lifford Bridge. He says, "Where are you?" I says, "Just past the tunnel, sir."
No.
Just coming up the Asda here.
I'm outside here. You're outside here, but you're like half a mile away. Aye. I do that to make sure people, if it's my wins, I'm picking them up.
Do you think of that an Irish thing?
Don't know who else does it. Write on. Nobody writes on.
No.
Don't know where to send it.
Nobody writes on.
Who does the wee white lies about pretending you are somewhere where you're not? And it does a wee white lie because, well, why do you do the gym thing? I used to do that when I had young Waynes. For some reason, because...
So it doesn't get thrown back at me. So if I leave work at 3:30 and get a gym session and land back just before 5, work all day, because we're in a fight later, I'll say, "You know what, I haven't had a minute today to myself, working to 5, came home, got dinner." But if I say there's a wee gym session there, oh, sure. Sure, you're at the gym.
Enjoying yourself?
You know, you had that hour and a half to yourself.
My wife hates the gym too, but when I go, it's enjoyable. You enjoy getting it done?
Aye.
During it, sometimes it's just like... but it's effort. Training. Do you know what I mean? It's not. It's not the way that. It's not the fun. It's essential rather than fun for you.
No, it's fun.
Is it?
Aye. Like, I'm going to class tonight. I'm going to go to 5:30 class, and I'm looking forward to it.
What about jiu-jitsu? When are you doing that?
I've done that there on Friday.
Did you look forward to it?
No,
No. There you go.
I don't.
I'll tell you about jiu-jitsu. It's the least one you look forward to the least. It's the one you look forward to the least, but the one you enjoy the most when you're done.
Aye. Oh, 100%. Aye.
That's mad, isn't it?
Aye.
So at anything, when you go on and you have a good couple of wrestles and you tap somebody and they tap you and you're covered in sweat. And
There was a time on Friday that Gareth was
wee bit of black eye, you know.
sitting on my head under the floor, and my jaw was and the pressure in my head. And I was there for, I would say, maybe 90 seconds. And it was just a wee moment where I was like, why would anybody do this?
Aye.
Why? What am I doing here?
But it's a good stress to get out of your system. Do you know what I mean? That's good for you, like.
Oh, 100%.
Having them wee difficult times, wee difficult moments.
Well, it was difficult. Well, my head was in a vice. It was sitting on my head, full pressure.
Whenever I was training for the Gaddis fight too, the boxing club down in Rafo, I fucking loved it, but I hated going. Absolutely every time I finished, I was walking out the door buzzing. Like, absolutely buzzing. Home, shower, you feel like you have your chiefs on, you got a spar in, you were doing proper high intensity fucking workout. But, and there's times there and I had to go because of the fight coming up. So I went twice a week.
You had a motivation?
But if I didn't have that fight, I would have just went, like, now I want to go next week. But it's just you just have to go and not think about it. You have to put it into your routine. It's just part of your day. It's like work.
You going to the gym a day?
You? Half 5? What's on?
It's bench.
Are you training your own?
No, I train the class.
Chest?
The strength part of the class is bench.
Oh, this isn't CrossFit Fit?
It is CrossFit.
Right.
And then...
You're going to take your top off?
20 minutes.
Right.
Because I don't really do that anymore.
Well, have you stopped? You think it's a bit taggy?
I'm just a bit old.
Aye. And what was it, your Hollywood star, what do you call it? What's the nickname?
Who?
Usins?
Oh, hybrid rock star.
Rockstar.
Hollywood star.
You're a Hollywood rock star.
Hybrid rock star.
Same fucking thing.
No, and then it's a 20-minute AMRAP of 5 shoulder to overhead, 2 bar muscle ups, and 5 burpees for 20 minutes.
I went twice last week, but I'm doing well. It was once a week for 3 months there.
Well, I was too busy Saturday and Sunday that I didn't get to the gym, so I feel like I want to punish myself.
I might go online and do something there. I haven't just done any cardio, it's just weights. Weights and whacking.
I've been trying to write a program for months and just can't. I was actually supposed to do it today again, I forgot.
Write a program for what?
Just for myself, just to kind of give myself a wee bit more.
I thought you did Mulsey's program.
No.
You used to?
I do bits and pieces of it. That was more strength, weights only, but now I'm trying to filter in a wee bit of everything. And then the boys were saying to me yesterday at Sickers, and I said, oh, would you not give us half an hour? Because I was down watching my daughter play Gaelic, and the first team was like, oh, would you not give us half an hour? And I was like, ha, no. And I sat down and I was like, I've never played Gaelic.
In your life?
Once at school. I was like, wonder can I play for Sickers and reserves?
No.
Go
fuck up, buddy.
Why?
You're too old.
Why?
Do you hear anybody from
Even a few games, just to experience it.
That's listening to this. Go and give them a trial. I'll go. I'll watch that. Look at the ball for your bow legs, and I know ball. Have you ever been nutmegged?
No.
Aye.
No. Someone could nutmeg me with both feet. Well, somebody could nutmeg me with my legs closed.
That's how bad I am at football, but I could nutmeg you.
Somebody could nutmeg.
That would frustrate me, you know that.
That's my leg. My legs are closed there. Somebody can still get a ball through there.
Is that as far as you can go?
Aye.
So see, I'll tell you.
There's me now pushing.
I got a kick in the jaw when I was younger.
You've told us loads of times.
So I'm the same as you. And it's fucking annoying. That's the closest I can get to a tattoo. Is that the closest if I pushed them in, would they never ever touch?
No, sure, there's at least fucking 3 or 4
inches.
What
makes legs bowed?
Just pure talent.
No, massive
genetic,
massive ball back.
Aye, because everything's pulling down in the middle.
Is the bone or is the muscle?
Let's find out.
It's if you didn't check us out.
I haven't. This is going to be... We'll chat.
Niall Cook would be 7'2" if his legs were straight.
Why do legs...
Bow. Bow selector.
Don't be long.
Medically called what?
Genuvarum. Genuvarum.
You fucking...
When legs curve outward at the knees while the ankles stay close together, there are several possible causes depending on age and health. Normal development in babies.
A lot of winds have bowed. Vitamin deficiency.
Rickets.
Ooh. Why did you skip number 2 there? That's
Vitamin-
abuse. Your ma abused
Oh, why did she not give me the vitamin D? Why did my dad not give me the D?
I know. You give her the D and you ended up fucking born.
Growth plate disorders, Blutch disease.
So it's like a illness, isn't it? It's like a... could you enter the...
See, I've always had bow legs.
Paralympics,
So it must be that first one.
Is there a bow-legged race in the Paralympics?
Just a
Oh, I didn't have to widen the track. Today everybody's doing that. And we have now entered the final furlong of the bow-legged racers. They're taking age as they come round the corner. Look at them. You can see the sunlight through their legs. Oh, the shoulders going side to side. Oh my God. Bowfinger. Da, da, da. He's the guy with the bow legs. Dun, dun. Semicircle.
I wonder, could you put a wee arrow there, look, and just pull my leg?
All the boys with the bow legs, eh? Oh, man.
Right, fucking leave it there. It's warm in here.
Up the boys. Up the
Up
boys.
the fucking mass. Mother's Day yesterday too.
We didn't mention them once.
No, no way. Up a mass.
It's the big, massive podcast.